welcome to my channel everyone. What I thought I'd make is a tutorial on an envelope journal. Now, what I did, and where I got the idea from, was from Elizabeth that does DTs, and she's on YouTube. She apparently got the idea from Gala Stefano. Both lovely ladies, both have great ideas. Now, what I did with this, 2 envelopes, we all have stacks of envelopes, and what I'll do to make life easier, I have prepared, I basically sewed around my envelopes because I like them sewn around. Now, because you're going to be making a flat closure kit, so what I would suggest is be prepared and cut around it, and then you need to redo it so you cover the other end like I did with this one. So you can actually see I've done that. And you know what? I forgot my glue, so give me a moment. Sorry about that. Always something that I miss in the last minute. So I prepared that earlier so it could save on time. Now, what you do is you put your 2 envelopes together. So I will be gluing this, but leave about 1/3 of an inch or even 1/4, it won't hurt you. Don't stick it down, because you want to be able to fill it up with some pages. So, I shouldn't be gluing on this table, but anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as I don't get it on the table, I should be fine. So yeah, you've got to leave that 1/4 of an inch, or even maybe just a little bit less. And that will give you the bend you need to make your journal. See? So we're going to be making a journal. As you can see, I've sewn all around mine. I sew around my stuff, it's because I like sewing. You don't have to do that. So, I've prepared everything. So you see what I meant by that. And then you need your little, to put one of these in. And you'll see why. I forget what they're called. So I might start at the front. Because that's going to be my front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave room for pockets. I mean for tucks, sorry. Oh golly gosh. I think it looks better. But Elizabeth and Gail, they gave me some ideas and I of course run with it. This is going to be just a little vintage journal. These little journals can be made up. There are 1 signature journal for your journals themselves, or for, so I'm trying to make the sewing show, or for your, to give away as a gift. I chose the same colour palette for this one. And again, I'm going to leave a tuck, and the tuck will be coming from that way this time. Now, I hope I because of that 1/4 of an inch, I actually didn't allow for that, but anyway, it doesn't matter because it's going to be hidden by a gusset. And I'll show you what I mean by a gusset. Because you want to strengthen the spine. So, your placement will have to be closer to here. And what we might do, when you're sticking the paper down, just be mindful that you don't hide everything like I do. I hid my stitches. I didn't mean to do that. Okie dokie. So what I was thinking, we'll do the inside as well. And again, we're going to leave tucks. So this little journal is going to have a lot of tucks. It's honestly, it's ideal for your journals. Like what I like about this idea is you can make a journal and fill it right up with ephemera, but you've made room for your lots of ephemera and that, and you've got something separate for writing. And it's just such a cute idea. I honestly myself wouldn't have thought of it. Again, we've got to thank our YouTubers, especially Gail and Elizabeth. They give us a lot of ideas. And when I see them, I try and pass it on myself. Now, I always go by the 1/8 of an inch, but realistically, I should have really gone by a 1/4, but there's no should have, so I'm happy with that, the way it is. There. Now, what we're going to do is sew in our signature. I didn't make a big signature, but you can make it as big or as thin as you want. I normally go by what I like. And that's normally the case, you know, you normally go by what you like and bugger the rest, I say. So I'm just going to do I better line it up. You try and line it up so that you're leaving, because normally the pages are about 1/8 of an inch. So I might do a 2-hole punch actually. You don't need anything big. I will take it through there, and the reason why I'm taking it through there is I want to hide my string. And I double it up. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I do. So it ain't going anywhere. That's my philosophy with stuff. I don't want it to go anywhere. I want this to remain strong and sure, the glasses, but anyway. I didn't say. Tighten it. And normally I just feed it through. Now when I made this, I didn't make allowances for my gusset. And why I'm going to do a gusset is it strengthens your page, your journal, I should say. I'm very rough and ready with my journaling because it is junk journaling, and sometimes we do forget that. We're not doing anything else but that, so I don't stress about being rough for what have you. So I prepped everything because sometimes, so what I do is I put a little bit of glue there to hold my gusset, me string, because I don't want it showing out. And what I did, I used my glue stick and I ironed some material to make a gusset. Now, the gusset I made is here, and I will want to ink that once I've glued it on. And see with the paper, and I've sewn around it, but you don't need to sew. Like, I'm a sewing fanatic, so you'll find that I will sew everything. That's me. You don't have to do that. No one has to be me. You can do what you like, you can do colours what you like. This only takes 2 pages of 12-inch scrapbooking paper, and that's all. And then whatever pages you want to put in it. And you could put in as little or as many as you like. I just think it beats a birthday card myself. So I've got to make sure this gusset fits properly around it, which it should. So you see what I created? So that now has made your spine so much stronger. And you can't see the string. My fabrics thing, but I don't mind it actually. I might leave it. This was actually what I used on here for a gusset. It was actually a bit of it was a table runner, and I've used it for a lot of journals. So now what I'll do, I might put a bit of string in for my, I just love this idea so much. It gives you lots of options to move, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to use lace for my closure. So that's what I did. So what I'll do, I'll decorate it. And I've done some pictures here, but I don't know which ones I want. So, and this is going to go in a boho journal, because I'm doing a boho journal or Royal Gypsy journal and I want kids in it. So it's just figuring out which one I want to put in the front. And I've decided on this one. Again, you can have a tuck. I've decided not to have a tuck in the front. For reasons only known to myself, I've just decided that. But you wouldn't need many tucks since we've already got 4 tucks. So I just try and centre it as much as possible. And I want to decorate it. Now, I cheeseclothed these and then I frayed them. Now, I want to fancy it up a little. Actually, I might gather that in. And this is another technique. You don't need a sewing machine to gather up lace. I normally put a little bit more glue than normal. Because this is vintage lace and I want it to really show like it is vintage. And I just do a bit at a time and I hold it down till it dries. And it's painful waiting for it to dry, but I like it. I don't want heaps of gathering, just enough to make it look a little bit more. And it'll look cute once it's done. Scissors. This is really quick, easy. It's however you wish it to look. Like, I've done this my way. My way doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way, but it gives you ideas. I was thinking maybe, is that over it? Nope. I'll tell you what, you really know when something's going to work and when something's not. So, this has got a lot of netting on it. I love this stuff. It actually comes from America. And I love it. Can't get enough of it. And my dear friend from over there, thank you very much, Sheridel. She sent me this stuff, so I'm forever using it. It's my friend. It's my friend. It really is. So I reckon if I stick it there, it should look good. So normally I just leave it laying down, so I don't get glue where you can actually see it. And I use fabric glue for everything. Now I can do this bit. You don't need much. So there's the front. That's cute as, but we're not finished there. I'm just going to make sure this is secure. If I better use paper in case glue's leaking. So now I'll do the back, and I've got to decide which one to put in the back. And because I've used a black and white in the front, I'm going to use that one. Again, I'm not going to leave pockets because I've got the pockets already with my scrapbooking paper. And like I said, I've only used 2 sheets of 12 by 12. Now, do your measurements like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. Especially if you are sewing like I did. You know, sometimes I forget to make allowances for that. And it's so easy to do. Now, with the back picture, I am still going to put a bit of my vintage lace, because I like. This has come from an old tablecloth, but it's very vintagey. And I like it scrappy looking. I think it makes it. So again, I'm going to really, really glue it up because I want this, it's cotton and very vintagey cotton. So I want it to gather and stick. So you don't need a sewing machine for this part. I never use one anyway. So it's amazing. Thrift store. Go thrift store shopping. You find lots of these old lace little runners, and look, just cut them down, and having them raggedy is so cute. It just makes them. It makes them look really, really sweet, and that's why. See how it's allowing me to move around, and then I'll press it down. And it did allow me to move around. I'll just give that a few seconds to really, really attach, because I want to bring something else I want to put on there. Oh, doesn't like bling. I'm going to put a bit of bling. Don't know if it looked good yet, but anyway, we can try it. Because that's what it is with all this. It's trial and error. Like nothing's, what's the word I'm looking for? My way doesn't mean it's the best way. I don't know if I like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. What I've decided to do though, I've decided, since it's my journal, I'll take that little bit away from the corner. I've decided to put some of that there. And this will give you ideas of things to do. Like I'm a real vintagey person, so this is going to be vintagey, as you can see. So I'll just gather that up again, like I did with the first lot I put down. And it looks good. This is what I like about it. If I can gather it up the right way, it actually will look good. Doesn't need over gathering, but with that raggedy ends on it, it's what makes it. I don't think I put enough glue there. Fabric glue is the best. You will find it'll work for you no end. So then it's a matter, because there'll be plenty of glue there to swish it around, and you've got a couple of minutes, or maybe a minute, to muck around and have it the way you want. So there's your little journal. How cute. But we're going to do some more. Now we can create pockets if we want to, and I think I want to. But just go that way. So I'm going to leave a tuck in there. And look, these are little secret tucks. That's what I call them. People don't know you got them in there. So you can hide your little letter or whatever it may be. I like it centered. Now for this, do I need that? All right, let me see. I don't know. This is the thing with this sort of work. You don't know till you put it down and see how it looks. I think I like that. Or do I? Yeah, I do. It's deciding. You only need a little bit for this big rack. Because you've got the cheesecloth there, and you're introducing another element, and my cotton is burgundy. It's a weird burgundy actually, but I like it. So, again, you need to hold it for a couple of seconds. You get gooey hands, but who cares? There. How cute. Just make sure it's stuck down before you turn the page. And again, I'm going to create a tuck. And don't forget, your tuck's got to be facing outwards. Again, make sure it's centered. Because this is giving it such a vintage effect. Now I'm thinking, I just got to see. Yeah, that should be fine. I was thinking, whatever happened to that lace, I want to give this picture a little vintage effect, or maybe, no, yeah, I will. And again, I'll just create that little bit so I can give it a little bit of gathering. I don't need much. Because it's going to look good anyway. Thank you, Gail and Elizabeth, for putting ideas in my head, because those ideas play on my brain through the night. It's like a record playing. I don't know if any of you young journalists ever experienced that, but I do. Now, remember I told you I was going to put a dab of this ink. Let's not forget our ink, especially on the edges of your journal. Vintage it up. I'm into vintage. Vintage look, vintage everything. Okay. Back to the inyards of the book. Now I've done a lot of sewing, because I can. I'm making sure that's inked properly. Like I said, I like that vintage look. And I like bits of sewing hanging out. Now I'm going to really ink that too, because in here. Because you don't want people to know your tuck spots there. So if it's inked well, they won't. Right, so now, what I also created, I thought while I'm in a creative mode, I made a little you can put it there, I guess. A little tack. It's a flipper. I haven't decided what to do for its underside and for the top decorations, and what I'm going to put in my little pockets that I made. I just decided that I was going to create it because that's what I wanted to do. Now, there's my flip. Just want to make sure it's even. Now, what else did I want to do? Nicely. You don't want it to come undone on you. He flips that, so we might go to the back and create something here. And here I might create a double pocket. So I'm going to put that down first. And again, I'll do the bottom bit because you don't want things falling through. That's even, I think. And then we'll create the bottom one. Again, do a bit of glue on the bottom. Sometimes I'm sure I overuse my glue. I don't need to use the amount of glue I use. Now, because I want to see the stitching to make my page look that bit better, just make sure it's on the page, as we always do. Yep. So now you've got a tuck there and a tuck there. I don't think it would add anything for decorations, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Now, I was thinking, do I need a bit of lace? Maybe I do. It's tea dyed and everything, so it won't hurt. And that needs to be the front page, doesn't it? Again, with my glues, actually I might use that because it's got the vintage look. Or maybe not, I don't know. No, I think I like this one. So again, I'm going to use a fair bit of glue to the sides. I never sew my lace. I think you get a better adhesion and you can do things a lot straighter by laying your lace down without sewing. So I normally hold it tight and just make sure my page is straight, so I line it up straight. Because that's what I like. I like seeing things straight. That's with me lace. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed about having it straight. And I'm going to take that bit off. And make sure that is straight. I'm going to take a bit of flare. You can already see how amazing this little booklet has turned out to be. Now, we don't want it to stick into everything else, so we separate it. Sometimes glue, it can't be helped, it can attach itself to pages. See my little flipper? I don't know what I'm doing with that. And this can be a little tuck as well. So all we're going to do is put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue, oh, I'm not sure about that because I might do it there because I don't want it to, and a little bit here. And there you've created a sort of a little tuck there. So you've got a tuck. I just don't want it sticking to the other page, that's all. So you can tuck little things in there. But for now, I'm going to hold it up because I don't want it to stick to my page. And you also have a tuck in here. So basically you've got, just thinking about putting something there. No, or maybe not. Let's see. I wonder. So this is the thing. If you're ever wondering, should I do this? Should I do that? So I'm thinking that will go nicely there. Look, honestly, for me, it doesn't take much thought these days to put something together. I wasn't sure what tutorial to do today. Lots of things have been bubbling up, like I said, in my head, and I decided that I will do the booklet. Like I was tossing up with a couple of other things, but this is a better idea. Now, I want to use some more of that vintage, or put some more lace down. I'm just wondering if I can attach it to there. You only need a piece. So again, run your beaded glue along your journal. So I'll use this bit. So I didn't need much, just a bit. Okay, half the time I worry if it's not straight. And that's me with lace. That's why I like the glue idea. Because I'm going to do layering there, I'm not stressed that there's nothing on there at this stage. But we've got lace. Just going to make sure it doesn't stick together. So we'll dress that up and do some layers to it later. Just going to make sure it's dry. I'm just wondering if I need a bit more lace. No, I don't think so. It's going to make it hard to close. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just get rid of the frayy bits. I only leave a little bit on there because you don't need heaps, as long as it looks a bit dangly. See, it's got plenty down here. Just take a little bit off. Okay, so this is what we've created in 40 minutes. So this is how I would tie it up. Take one that way, and one that way. And I've used lace for my closure. There's my little journal, all complete. That's cute. So, I was going to show you a quick through. I don't know how many pages I'll put in it actually. But if you're going to add more pages, you need to extend your lip. Always remember that. And make sure you've got that little bit of a 1/4 of an inch thing. So, the pages we've created. So that's pictures. I might do a bit more to her. Like I said, with these you can do whatever you want. So you've got to tuck in there. You've got to tuck in there with a flip. Again, it will need decorating. It's basically a one signature journal. And you tuck there, he tucks there and there, and this will need to be dressed up. So there's a few pages. There. And there. How cute. And we've created that in 42 minutes. So that's a little journal. It's a bit of fun using your leftover stuff, because that's what it is. It's basically thrift store stuff. Some pictures I've had of little hippie girls or gypsy girls. I just thought it was cute. So there it is. And that does not cover it. And you can just tuck it in if you want. So there's your journal. Thanks for watching, everybody, and tune in. I'll try and get a tutorial out each week as I see things and come up with ideas of my own. Sometimes it's not easy coming up with ideas of my own, but it's good to share what others share on YouTube, and it's good to give them credit too, because those beautiful ladies take up a lot of their time to produce this work for us, so always please mention them. Look, thanks again, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.